Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Kappel here. As you can see, you know where I am today. Yes, I am in the classroom and I'm putting together some bags and things for you when we meet again on June 15th. So I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon. I was hoping that you all got a chance to watch the video of the Venus flytrap by now. And you also watched my video about how you should be reading some nonfiction books. Well, I have another nonfiction book for you today, and it's called Orcas Have to Eat. Yep, orcas. Another name for a killer whale is an orca. That's right. And this is a really interesting book because it's both fiction. Well, no, let me back it up. The illustrations are both actual photographs and drawings, so it's very unique when an author and an illustrator get together and do that. But it is definitely nonfiction. Orcas Have to Eat by Matt Rayer and Drew Falchetta. Okay, so here you go. That's an actual photograph, right? And then you have a cool drawing right here. Isn't that awesome? Okay, this is an orca. Orcas have to eat. So there's you see what he's doing. I mean, he's a magnificent creature. But I know, so is the penguin. I get it. Now, as I'm reading this, I want this book to help you think of some things, like some questions or things that you're wondering about. Are you wondering about how that penguin got up there like that? Is there something on this page that's making you say, wow? And is there something that I'm going to read to you that is going to make you want to go and talk to your partner, your reading partner, your family? That's right. The orca has two eyes. So they're showing you a picture of your eye. And if your eye looked like this, it would be right around the side. It would be about the same size. She can see the seal. So there's the seal, favorite food. The orca has two little ears, right, just like you do, because an orca is a mammal, just like you. She can hear the seal. So she can hear the seal. You can see these little red lines are showing, but sound is coming from his mouth. But their hearing is so good, they can even hear him splashing in the water or diving into the water. So these fins right here at the bottom are called the pectoral fins. And there are two fins right there. And here is the dorsal fin, one right up on top. That's the dorsal. So here's the drawing, and these two are real photographs to show you what it looks like in nature. She can go where the seal will go. So she's black on top. If the seal happens to look down and see if there's anything swimming below, it'll be very hard to see him because of the colors. Now, do you see that tail? A whale's tail is called a fluke. And as you can see, he's up and down. That's how whales and dolphins move their tail. There it goes, up and down. It's showing you right there. The orca can go get the seal. That big, powerful tail makes him a very fast swimmer. The orca has a nose. She hits the seal with her nose. That's the same thing she did with the penguin in the earlier picture. So she hits him, makes it hard to swim away because he's injured now. He tries. The orca has lots of teeth. This is a toothed whale. A toothed whale eats meat. She bites the seal with her teeth. Okay, now there's a bird just sitting on the water, floating around, kind of like the way a duck would. It's a seagull. Where's the orca? Now, it's kind of hard to see him in the water, right? So if the bird looks down into the water, she might not see it. The bird can't see it. The orca goes up, and the orca can get the bird. Orcas got to eat, right? Yeah, this is how it works in the food chain. So here's a fish, and he's swimming down here. Here's your drawing. If he looks up, because the orca is white on his belly, it makes it a little difficult for the fish to see. See, up there is the sunlight. So these are drawings. The orca goes down, and the orca can get the fish. I know. Orcas have to eat, right? Here is a big whale. The orca can't get that big whale. But here are lots of orcas, and lots of orcas can get that big whale. And that is how most orcas hunt, in a pack, in a group. That's called a pod. Orcas have to eat. Okay, let's take a look at some of the things that we learned about what orcas eat and some other things. Orcas eat fish, seals, birds, whales, octopuses, penguins. They do eat sharks, and they eat sea turtles. Okay, so in a nonfiction book, there are lots of activities sometimes at the back of the book. Remember, we talked about sometimes a book would have a table of contents or an index, which helps you find certain words on the page. This book has lots of things that you can learn about. Orca facts. Orcas are black on their backs. When animals swim or fly above and look down, they only see the dark ocean floor, and the orca is camouflaged, allowing for a sneak attack. Orcas are white on their bellies. When animals swim under them and look up, they only see the bright lights of the sun above the water, and that hides the orca. Orcas are also called killer whales, but they are part of the dolphin family. The name killer whale comes from Spanish whale hunters in the 1700s who called orcas killers of whales. That's how he got that name. In South America, orcas have been known to beach themselves on purpose to catch seals on shore. So remember what I told you what shore means, or the shoreline. Sometimes it's rocky and sometimes it's sandy. And what that means is when they beach themselves, they literally come out of the water and jump onto the beach to get the seal. Now, not any of the beaches where we live, and if we're going to the beach in the summertime, not anywhere near us. That's not where you find orcas. South America, they do that. Now, you might be feeling a little like, huh? Maybe what I just read to you is causing you to think of a question like, how do they get off the beach? That's right. Do they get stuck? Well, they're pretty strong and they use the waves, and that kind of helps them get back into the water. But they go after their food because orcas have to eat. Okay, another thing about a nonfiction book, of course, will teach you more about the subject. So since we are learning about orcas, this is a picture of what an orca looks like on the inside. So this is like a cutaway view, almost if you were like if you would cut him right in half that way, and then you take the other part to see inside. This part of the brain is called the melon. Melon. Here's the blowhole, which, as you can see, is connected to the lung because he's a mammal. He breathes in air through his blowhole. Here's the brain. Here's the mouth. Here's the heart, the pectoral fin, stomach and liver, bladder, kidneys. You have all these parts. Well, you don't have pectoral fins, do you? And you don't have a melon. But you do have a spine. So if you put your hand right down here in the middle of your back and go up and down, you will feel your backbone. That is the spine. And of course, the tail. So you have all these same parts. Are you a good swimmer like the orca? Do you eat meat like chicken or fish? Orcas and kids have to eat. Okay. So this is just some fun things that you can do also, practicing some power words or some really, we would know these as our snap words, right? Our sight words right here behind me. And this is some ways to help you with tricky words. So let's read. Stop. If something doesn't look right or sound right or make sense, don't keep going. You know that. Think about what's happening in the story or the text. Does it make sense to what I'm saying? Look at the picture. Well, we know that's our superpower. Picture clues. Say the first letter sound. Sound power. Reread power. Go back and reread it and try it again. Sometimes you can skip it and say blank and read on because that's called comprehension. That means you really understand what the sentence is saying, and then you go back and then you figure out what that tricky word is. Okay, well, those are my power words and word attack strategies, how to figure out tricky words. But as you can see here, there's an actual photograph of orcas right there, and there's the drawing. So that's a really interesting book. I hope you enjoyed Orcas Have to Eat. And I hope this helps you understand why I wanted you to watch that Venus flytrap video, because Venus flytraps have to eat too. Okay. Well, that's it for now, boys and girls. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get into some books. I know it might be a little rainy later, so take a look outside the window and watch if we have a storm coming. That will be really exciting. Be safe this weekend. Have lots of fun. Read a lot. And I will see you again on Monday. Bye bye for now.